Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to a new unboxing video. Now today, some of you might notice this figure. This is obviously the figure I got down there while I was in Anime Boston, and of course, since I bought it at a convention, I overpaid for it. But I guess that's okay sometimes, because that's just going to happen when you buy stuff at conventions, and let's face it, most of the stuff is overpriced wherever you're going to buy it. So, but you always get that like peace of mind knowing, well, it's not going to like show up like damaged or fake. I know exactly what it's going to look like when I get it, so I guess we can be happy with that. So obviously, as you guys can see, we have Maka from Soul Eater, and it's a name. Guys, look at that. It's a name I can pronounce. I'm so proud of myself. You guys have no idea. I'm so proud. I'm so proud every day. And so yeah, I had never actually seen this figure before, which surprised me a little bit, but I think I've never really heard of this company before either, so I guess that's got to be said. It's got to be said. So this is a Perfect Posing Products figure, or a Medicom toy produced and manufactured. So there's nothing on the bottom. All this goodness here. So for those of you who don't know, I love me some Soul Eater. Soul Eater, it's a good anime. I always thought the ending was a little bit random, and kind of all of a sudden, I won't spoil it for anyone if you haven't watched it, but I was just like, oh, okay, sure, I guess that works, and yay, conclusions. But I've been reading the manga, and I don't really read ahead online too much just because I don't really want to spoil it for myself. I find oh, there's another one. More tape. Oh, tape. My Mortal Enemies tape these days. I really should find myself a better Mortal Enemy than tape. That's kind of boring. But I've been reading the manga there, and then all of a sudden I realized that the last volume came out over here, and got published and stuff. It was not that long ago. I want to say it was a couple, 2-3 weeks ago? Maybe a little bit, no, it was more like a month ago probably at this point. Oh, so many things. This box is so big. It's so hard to like record unboxings with boxes that are just this giant. Oh, this figure's cool. And so yeah, I got the last volume. I'm just distracting myself at this point. So here are, while I'm rambling on, here are the instruction manual thing, which I might have to look at later. So bam. And so yeah, I was super excited for the manga because I got to the point where the manga, you know, it's kind of like a Fullmetal Alchemist type thing, where it changes from, you know, how the show did it, and I was like, oh, so the manga is actually different. Because sometimes you don't really know if you don't really pay like enough attention. And so the manga was different, and they are both good, but just like the manga was so good, and I was really enjoying it. I loved the almost Tim Burton-esque like art style, and the story was just so great. And I thought the ending really was just kind of better, and all that happy stuff. So yeah, I love Soul Eater, and I loved how it went. Okay, let's move the camera maybe? Yeah, let's move the camera a little bit. We'll move the camera a little bit. Alright, I moved the camera down in thoughts of, I think it's going to be a little, hopefully the angle's alright. Oh, goodness gravy. I haven't done, ooh, she's packed in there, I'll give it that. That's going to fall out on me. It's going to fall out. It's going to fall out. I haven't always done like figures that are like, end up being this big, so they're just super awkward to unbox. But anyway, alright, we're just like out of focus and everything. Oh. Okay, let's get all the plastics off. Gosh, this figure is even better than I thought it was. Like, even just like sitting inside the box. Okay, Joe, focus the camera, no one can see nothing. Alright, so wow, I am really digging the, like this, you can tell she's swinging the scythe, like really well. I mean, she's got really the whole like cloak motion kind of thing going on here, where it really captures like the feel of what's going on here. So the face here, and then she's got the little boots. Oh my gosh, these boots are adorable, and actually captures the style of the show really well. And then there's always that. Good times. It doesn't really happen in the show, but gosh dang it, this is a figure and we're gonna do what we want to do. So let me zoom in on her glorious face. She's very upset. She's very intense. and we are in a battle of the ages. So here we go. So decent little detail here on her. Let me see if I can get it in focus. So there's the tie, you can see. And then you can see kind of you even got like the lines on her like sweatshirt there. And so she's got obviously her just little mini skirt, which seems a little bit minier in this figure than it actually is in the show. And so here's a closer look again at the boots. Nice detail. I really wasn't sure what to expect from this figure because I really didn't know much about either the company or and that stuff. For what I paid for it, I was hoping it was going to be good. I paid probably about $30 more than I should have, roughly $20 or $30 more. But at the same time, it's kind of, you know, you're there and you get it right away. So I hope you guys are liking these close-ups. Close-up city over here. Okay, let's get her back up. Get her a bit more in focus again, so we're not like in zoom land. Boop. So, oh gosh, I like it. I like it so much. And so, oh. Okay, I just freaked out for a minute. Oh, that's great detail. So as you guys can see here, I freaked out because I thought that my plate came broken, but it's actually almost, wow, that's really great attention to detail. It's like the force from her like swing or, you know, powerful magic scythe. It's not magic, but you guys get the drift. So that's cool. That kind of broken. If I'm trying to like catch it good here so you guys can see it right where her feet go. That's a nice touch. I freaked the hell out. I thought it was broken. Okay, it's not broken, everybody. No need to panic. Alright, now, is there a certain way this is supposed to go on here? I'm not 100% sure, but while I do dick around with it, let me at least get it in focus so you guys can see too. So it does go this way. Am I still on the camera? I am still on the camera. One of these days I'll get better at these. So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hit 100 subs. Awesome, thanks for that. I really should do like just a specific 100 sub video. You guys are awesome. All of a sudden I get like views on my videos and shite. You guys are really surprising me and you're awesome and you leave comments and I love you guys. I love you guys. I haven't had anything to drink. I'm sober as fudge right now. I can't drink because, you know, I'm not 21. Anyway, let's move the camera again so we can see. Seriously guys, this figure is bad ass. I mean, look at it. I mean, she's so, like, intense in her face. And I never really realized how, like, far she's looking down. Does her head move? I don't think so. She's, like, looking, like, really far down. Like, I almost need to, like, tilt her up so you can see. But anyway, let me zoom back out here so you guys can see. And my camera's, like, a little bit above her. So that's probably also why she seems like she's looking so much at, like, a downward angle. And so there's all of that, but obviously we are missing a key part, and I didn't really realize, even in the box after buying it, and I know how big the box is, how big of a piece this is, which really adds life to this figure. And so obviously here's Maka's scythe, here's Soul in his scythe form. Now this is kind of obviously the original scythe form. And also, for those of you who read the manga, that like final form though, I'm really gonna not like spoil it for anyone, but damn keys, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying, you know. I don't know why I'm talking like a gangster. I am the whitest kid I know. Okay, so obviously here's the scythe, and it's really, really good size. And so, okay. So we're gonna get her back here. Let's get that camera zoomed out so we can actually get this scythe in this thing. So I'm gonna put that down for a minute. Let me just see. Here are the instructions. Wham bam pam. Let's see, so how does it go in here? So so it does go through one hand and then through the other. Okay, so can you guys see? Alright, so I'm gonna start here. This is always the fun part of this type of figure stuff. Wow. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. And so, I mean, the figures, this stuff doesn't seem like super frail, but at the same time, it doesn't seem all that strong either, obviously. I mean, it can't really necessarily be. So, I'm going to cut away here, I think, while I try to get this in here, because it's going to take a bit of a sleight hand. Well, guys, this has got to be probably about the saddest I've ever been I've been sitting here trying to get this figure in, and kind of the worst nightmare has kind of happened for this kind of thing. The scythe is going in really hard, but you know, it was kind of going in alright. So I'm just gonna zoom in here. So this is something I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to fix kind of alright. But right here where this arm meets, this whole arm is basically just broken off. As you can see, it's breaking. I mean, I was putting the scythe through the hand, and her arm basically just popped off. So it's kind of still on, sort of. And so I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this now. I can kind of like put it back on. You can't really tell it's broken, but still very disappointing as far as this goes. But this is one reason you guys watch unboxing videos, is so you can kind of see things like this, I guess. Well, let me finish kind of putting this through here. I'm not going to put it in her hand. I'm going to put it kind of just on the back of her hand. I want you guys to be able to kind of get the full effect still. It looks like she's still holding it. But so very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. With that shouldn't have broke. I mean, basically all it was doing was the force of this pushing through is all that forced that to break off her arm there. So pretty sad. Pretty sad. Still, I mean, the figure itself is great, but that itself is pretty disappointing. And so anyway, let's get back to this. We don't need to be so doom and gloom about it. It's not the total end of the world. And so, boy, it's hard to even get her in the full frame with Soul here. Do I need to push him down some more? Does he need to go down a little bit more? Are we gonna break anything else? Not today. So this kind of goes here like this. And so yeah. Let me I really should stop moving the camera like I'm doing, but I'm going to do it again anyway, because at this point this video has just become a bit of a cluster fudge. So there you have it. I mean, it looks pretty dang badass. I mean, it's kind of got to be said. What I'm even going to do is usually I don't do stuff like this, but I'm just going to take this right off my stand, just so you guys can see a little bit easier. Because it's hard to get the whole kind of full effect of the figure from that far away. So here you can see kind of that under view. She's kind of almost holding her scythe soul there. And so yeah. And so that's the figure. Not exactly what I was how I was expecting this unboxing to go, but I guess we can start wrapping it up. Alright guys, so kind of wrapping up the video here, and so definitely some ups and downs with this figure. Figure looks great. It's really cool. The stand's cool. The sculpt is nice. But obviously, I'm not sure myself of obviously the quality of this figure exactly. I don't know if you never know sometimes if it's just a freak thing, or if it's just not as high a production as some of the figures I'm used to from companies I know more about. And so, go ahead guys, tell me in the comments what you think of this figure. Have you had similar issues? You can always talk about that as well. Glad to be back. I've been doing a lot of Nendroids lately, and I still have a bunch of backlogged Nendroids I actually still need to do. So I hope you guys like Nendroids. But I'm hoping to maybe even do another video on Anime Boston, just to talk about how it went, because some of you seem interested in that. Let me know in the comments as well if you'd like to see that. So anyway guys, this has been Maka from Soul Eater. Cool figure, a little bit disappointed at the end, but we got there, and I can probably fix it up with... It's not the end of the world. It's not like a small little piece. I'm hoping if I have to, I can just get some real strong strength glue and stick it in there, and we'll all be happy town. So definitely could have been worse. Anyway guys, I have been Fatal Ferret, and I will see you back on the prowl next time in the next unboxing video. Bye bye!